This is the road to Kerem Shalom. We're driving directly towards Gaza right now, and we're about to join the IDF on a very short visit inside the fence line to an area where aid is being delivered, ready to be distributed elsewhere throughout the Strip. This is the first time the ABC has managed to get any access to Gaza with the IDF for the duration of this war. It is, of course, highly controlled, highly choreographed. This is the part of Gaza that Israel wants the world to see, not the destruction beyond, but it will give a sense as to what Israel is arguing here about aid being given to the Gazans, being delivered to Gaza, but not necessarily making it elsewhere throughout the Strip. As we're driven into Gaza by the IDF's Home Front Command, we pass multiple layers of fencing and security and enter something of a no man's land. There are some trucks lined up still carrying supplies, some with the items they've brought into Gaza strewn all over the road. It's in this area that the IDF's main southern aid depot is found. Row upon row of pallets are lined up, items from tinned tomatoes to toilet paper, sunflower oil to toothpaste.
There are, of course, supplies here waiting to be picked up and distributed. What the issue has been and why a place like this is so central to this debate and these accusations going back and forth between Israel and the humanitarian community is the issue of whether or not it's been safe to pick up these supplies and take them into Gaza. The UN has said it hasn't been up until recently, and it's still incredibly dangerous, even with those secure corridors now in place. Take the World Food Programme, for example. In the week before that partial easing of aid restrictions, more than 130 requests were made by WFP to Israel to come and pick up supplies both here at Kerem Shalom in the south and Zikim Crossing in the north. WFP says only half, or just over half, were actually given the green light. When they were approved, it then took an incredibly long time to come and get these supplies, sometimes up to 46, 48 hours. Remember, Gaza is not a big place. We're sort of talking around 50 kilometers from north to south. Of course, there is a war on that is always going to slow down that process, but it is an incredibly lengthy time to try to get these truck convoys on the road and getting these food and other supplies to where they're desperately needed.
More deliveries have been made since aid restrictions were eased a week and a half ago, and the backlog here at Kerem Shalom is starting to be cleared. But aid agencies say it is a drop in the ocean compared to what's needed.
While we are inside the Gaza fence line, we are in a very controlled situation here. We are being kept away from the real devastation on the ground. That is just beyond that second high fence line you can see in the distance. Certainly we can hear it every now and then with shelling and strikes still continuing. Back over there is what was once the city of Rafah, an area now under total IDF control, which has been razed to the ground. This is the area, this aid compound, that Israel wants to portray to the world as it tries to defend itself against these accusations. It's not doing enough to get supplies into the community.
They've even allowed social media influencers in to try to spread that message. But with the images coming out of Gaza of starving Palestinians and a rising death toll from hunger reverberating around the world, this is a PR battle Israel is losing. With a humanitarian crisis on its doorstep, it stands accused of creating.